Hey movers and shakers. The most commonly asked question when I'm working with people one-on-one is how to breathe better when you're running. Now, there's no right or wrong way to breathe, but you want to make sure that you're getting as much oxygen into your bloodstream so that that oxygen can get to your muscles so that it can make running a lot more pleasant and a lot more fun. So what I typically say is we want to breathe into our belly, because when we breathe into our belly, that's when we get the most oxygen into our system. If we're breathing really high up into our chest, we're really limiting that oxygen supply to our body and to our muscles. So I want to take you through 4 simple steps to help work on your breathing if that's something you're keen to work on. Okay, so step 1, I'm going to get down onto the yoga mat here, but of course you can do this on the floor at home. So I want you to lie on your back. I want your feet to be flat on the ground, and I want you to place one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. You can close your eyes if it feels good. The thing here is we want to focus on breathing into our stomach. So when we're breathing in, we want to see our stomach rise. And we want to see the stomach rise higher than our chest. So it can be really tempting to put both hands on your belly. And whilst that's okay, by having one on your chest and one on your belly, you can actually feel when your tummy is raising more than your chest. As you can see what I'm doing now. What we don't want to see is this. We don't want to see our chest rising more than our tummy. Okay, so that's step 1. Now, once you're comfortable doing that, you can actually do that at home before you go out for your warm-up. And so you can practice that in advance. And you can practice it even on days that you're not running, because it's all about getting into the habit of filling that belly with oxygen. Now, step 2 is all about learning combination breathing. So some people talk about, oh, you've got to breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, or in and out through the nose, etc. In my opinion, it's all about getting as much oxygen into the system as you can, which basically means doing combination breathing, which is breathing in through the nose and through the mouth at the same time. A little bit like this. At any time, you can put your hand on your tummy to make sure that it's going into your tummy as well. Okay, we want the air to go down into our belly. Now, the cool thing with this exercise is that you do this all the time. A few times during the day, just sit for a moment. Again, if you want to take a moment and close your eyes, you can. But just focus on breathing in and out through both your nose and your mouth. So that's step 2. Then we move on to step 3. And this is where we talk about moving patterns. And so when we talk about breathing patterns, it's when we're going out for a walk. We might take a couple of steps and we breathe in for a couple of steps and out for a couple of steps. So a little bit like this. In for 2, out for 2. In for 2, out for 2. The really cool thing about doing it that way is that when you're doing a walking warm-up, you can practice your breathing patterns then. Step 4 in our breathing exercises is taking our breathing patterns and then translating those to running. So what I mean by that is that whilst you're out for a run, and if you're feeling like you're starting to get short of breath or feeling a bit out of breath, to take a moment to take bigger breaths than usual and to feel yourself breathing into your belly. Because I can pretty much guarantee that if you're feeling out of breath, you are breathing into your chest and not into your belly. So a simple way to do that is by counting in and out your breaths when you're running. So literally, in, out, in, out, in, out. And you'll find by focusing on breathing into your belly for say a count of 4, and then breathing out slowly for a count of 4, that you can actually get your breathing back in control. You will feel more comfortable in your run and you'll be able to continue on and nail it. Okay, so you can start with step 1, just do that for a little bit, add on each of the steps as you go, and as always, feel free to ask me any questions. Off you go for your run.